going to share something with you that might put me in a very negative light, yeah.
Relationships are not my forte.
See if someone grabbed up my wife or something, completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from here, and this has been like a therapy session.
Just a couple of questions I want to ask you kind of on the wider scale of boxing. I've been asking a few people this with kind of mixed answers, I guess. Going into 2023, do you think boxing left last year in a better or worse place than it was?
There was a lot of letdowns towards the end of last year. I mean, kind of, so especially with British boxing. In terms of fights falling through, certain people doing certain things, certain champions losing their titles. So for the scope of British boxing, I guess there's less opportunity for bigger fights in the start of the year. However, it probably means we're going to get better domestic fights because some of those high level fights had to step down a little bit. So I think there'll be some good fights moving into this year off the back of that last year. Yeah, I reckon the scope of boxing is going to be positive moving forward this year.
Do you think there's kind of, or can you pinpoint one thing that perhaps boxing needs to change in 2023?
You could have asked me this before the interview, so I could have got a little bit prepared.
Just because obviously there was a lot of, and I suppose it mainly did come from the second half of the year, there was just a lot of controversy, be it inside and outside the ring, be it judging, be it the Eubank Ben situation. I don't know, it feels like perhaps there's quite a few things British boxing could change, but then I suppose it's a very British thing to just be self-critical all the time. Because we don't do badly over it.
No. We do all right. I mean, I don't know. I'll tell you what I miss is, do you remember when it was COVID? When you had behind closed doors, if you didn't have a 50-50, you weren't fighting. Yeah. I really hoped that was going to go. I understand you need the journeyman, you need the kind of bit of boxing facade sort of thing. But I was a bit gutted when I didn't continue. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's kind of gone back to the, I'm going to go pay to fight again, I've got to sell tickets. And yeah, you've got to sell tickets, you've got to build your record, but be a fucking fighter. Get out and start fucking fighting people. I get bored. I tell all my fighters, I'm not interested. I don't want to get you to 10-0. It might sound bad, but I do not want to get you to 10-0 where you've paid to fight. Do you know what I mean? You pay to win. I want to get you a few fights, and even when you're fighting German, I want to fucking give you a take. Because if you're not good enough, I'm not fucking interested. Do you know what I mean? If you're good enough, we're going to get better. We'll get better and better. If you have a hard fight, who gives a fuck? We'll come back and get even better. So I kind of miss that, and I wish that would come back. To tell you the truth, yeah.
So true. That's so true. It was, I mean, you experienced it with Jez having to jump in a couple of times. It was kind of all based around 50-50, more even fights. And just a couple of fights that you're desperate to see in 2023. Maybe some realistic, some, even if they're left field, are not realistic. Just fights that you and yourself really want to see over here, across the pond, wherever.
Jordan DeJohn and Obi Gwanika. Yonat Balut and Liam Davis rematch. Other than that, mate, don't ask me. I'm so fucking tired. My brain don't work that quick. I don't know, man. There's so many good fights out there to be made. It's so hard to pick. I mean, in every division, actually. Like, I'll tell you actually, who I was talking about earlier, I'd quite like to see. I know Callum Smith is fighting, what's his name? Was he fighting?
Potentially Lyndon Arthur, yeah.
Yeah, Lyndon Arthur. I think it was you mentioned to me, or someone else mentioned to me, before, him versus Barazzi. Yeah. I think you mentioned it to me. Yeah. Ever since I was thinking about it now, we've been doing these interviews. That's a fucking cracking fight. That makes a lot of sense. I'd love to see that fight. Yeah. Oh, and Neeson KSI. Yeah. Yeah, after he beats up KSI, his mate.
I'm going to share something with you that might put me in a very negative light, yeah.
Relationships are not my forte.
See if someone grabbed up my wife or something, completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from here, and this has been like a therapy session.